I'd like to call upon Scott Fenton to speak in this room. So.
Hi, Marcos.
Right. Well, I think I'm going to start. I'll just deal with it. I think Colin's already said his thanks to the minister, and I do really think it was a beautiful service. And for me, the most poignant moment. It was talked about. It was concerns expressed about the trumpeter. I have to say that the trumpeter. I mean, it almost brought a tear to my eye. But to be brutally honest, you haven't heard anything until you've heard the Prince of Darkness. Prince of Darkness? Prince of Darkness. On the kazoo. There's a story I'll maybe tell you about kazoos, and if you ask Colin, but that was for him. I've been asked to read out a few cards from folks at home. So before I slaughter Colin, I thought I'd do these first of all. First little card here for the bride and groom. Wedding day wishes. May today be the beginning of a life that's filled with love, fulfilling all the promises and dreams you both dream of. To Colin and Fiona, enjoy your big day. Love from Stephen and Karen, which are Colin's little brother and sister. Yeah, this one we have an interesting card here, little jelly babies on it. Sweet blessings, it says. It's actually a little poem which I've been asked to read out. We sat under an old tom tree and talked away the night, told all that had been said or done since we first saw the light. And when we talked of growing up, I knew that... Oh, dear me. Oh, I knew that we'd have the soul, and fell the one in t'other's arms, that we might make it whole. Congratulations, Colin, Fiona, on your special day. Lots of love, Kenneth, Fiona, Sarah and Neil, which is Colin's big brother and nephew and niece. And finally we have this lovely card here saying, congratulations and best wishes on your wedding day, Colin and Fiona. Sorry we're not with you, but our thoughts are with you all. Enjoy your special day. Lots of love and good luck from Mum and Dad. Obviously Colin's folks. So I've also been asked to say that there are various other cards. Where did they end up?
Oh, they're here.
Oh, they're here. From sort of everybody really, but especially obviously I'm an envoy for my country, so I have to say sort of love and best wishes to everybody from Scotland. I'm sure most of them would love to be here. And, they're very envious of all you. Okay. To be honest, my speech, obviously the wedding's been arranged at breakneck speed, so my speech has been arranged at breakneck speed. I was actually supposed to finish, I started on the plane actually, and I was supposed to finish it off this afternoon, well, yesterday, this morning, this afternoon. One thing's led to another, so it kind of stops, as opposed to winds up, it just stops. But first of all, I think you're maybe having some difficulty with, I don't know, with my accent. So I maybe thought if I've asked Ian to maybe come in. Just until you get used to my language, I thought maybe I'd ask Ian to come and do a little translation for me. So I'll do the Scots, and if Ian could just do it in his broadest Canadian. Okay. I'm really glad to be here in your beautiful country.
What a dump. No wonder we sent our convicts here.
I'm so glad I chose to come in the winter season. It really is the best time to come. Canadian translation?
Jesus, it's cold. My weenie's an icicle.
I'd just like to thank John for his kind hospitality.
What a tight ass! He's crushed me every beer! And in accordance with my friend, I'd like to maybe...
Which friend?
My soon-to-be ex-friend. Just to say that thank you to Shelley, and I thought she looked absolutely beautiful today.
I'd give her one.
standing proper. If I could just thank everybody for the hospitality that they've shown me. Both the Birds and Margot and David last night. I mean, it's been absolutely fantastic. As I said, I think summed it up for me when I sat down here when I first arrived. There was no, you know, usually a new person comes in the house and there's 1,001 questions. But I was just sat down and the conversation just flowed around, and it was like I'd been here 100 times. So thank you all, everybody, for making me feel so welcome here. Thank you, friendly friends. Easy when you've had a few champagnes. And Bertie, if you didn't know, he's a bit of a pool shark.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
But unfortunately, even Bertie's talents let us down in the end, because when it came down to a Scotland v Canada challenge match, Canada actually came out victorious. However, there was one main reason for this, and that was because neither Colin or Bertie or I really knew whether to strike the cue ball or John's head.
You're making a balls up of this.
But you'll have noticed the phone's been going quite a lot tonight, and there's been various calls coming from Scotland, and funnily enough, Colin and Fiona's neighbours from Dunblane called, just to let you know that the carpet arrived this morning. And Fiona, you'll get your underfelt later. I was a taxi driver on the way to Glasgow Airport.
Ask for a refund.
He also said that he says, oh, he says, I was the best man recently, and he says one of my friends had been banned from driving, and he managed to keep it a secret from everybody. So the first thing I did was tell everyone. But I didn't really think you'd want to know about the armed robbery charge, the indecent exposure, and so on and so forth. Now, Colin and I have known each other actually since we were 4 years of age. We went to primary school together, we went to Boys Brigade together, we went to high school together. Colin actually introduced me to my fiancée. We went to Glasgow together to university, and we lived together for a year, and we still keep in touch to this day. We're very competitive, always have been, as Margot and David will be able to tell. Last night, at the end of the night, it was realised that Colin had drunk one more beer than me. That beer was duly dispatched in about 3 seconds. But like I say, one part of the competitive started in primary school. We've already had mention of Robbie Burns. And it's quite a tradition at home on the 25th of January to celebrate the birth of Scotland's most famous poet, that we have a festival. Now we used to do, it's called the Burns Festival, and we used to do poetry saying, such as Tam O'Shanter and Tua Haggis and so on and so forth. So with that, and I'd like to point out that I think Colin won at primary 4, I won at primary 5, he won it again at primary 6, and I won it in primary 7. He gave up then because he realised he was never going to be as good as me, and I went on and won it for the next about 4 years. But with the greatest respect to Mr. Robbie Burns, I've written a little poem for the occasion, and it's called, again with the greatest respect to Robbie Burns, Damn Lang Time. Damn Lang Time. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? For 20 years I've known this bugger, it's been a damn long time. At Langland School it all began, the maiden voyage, boy to man. With my looks and charms, the girls would swoon, but not at Colin, the class balloon. I've never seen a kid so round. Perfect sphere, £200. Just puppy fat, his lame excuse. Too much home cooking, I'd deduce. Overweight, maybe, but stupid not. Indeed our Colin was an A1 swat. Math or English, he couldn't be phased, until he met his nemesis, a simple garden maze. Unable to escape, he soon began to panic. Dead end followed dead end, his actions truly manic. At last our hero could take no more, he fainted to the floor. The memory of him being carried out will amuse forevermore. High school was a joyous time for our real-life Billy Bunter. For here he stalked the fairer sex, an amorous big game hunter. There was one girl for whom he fell, My God, you should have seen her.
Seen her.
Warts, boils and facial hair, the inimicable Sheena. One day a lorry came to town and left heavy laden. Colin and the Andersons moved north up to Stonehaven. Strangely enough, I missed my friend. I called him every day. And once when I was visiting, he introduced me to my fiancée. Colin launching arrows of love. You can picture him as Cupid. But if you, like me, can think that thought, then you, like me, are stupid. No sooner had I sworn my love for this lovely northern lass, did Colin have his tongue down her throat and his paws upon her ass. But friends are friends above all else, and soon he was forgiven. The two of us were Glasgow bound to do some proper living. They say that university can make men turn irrational. It certainly did to student Colin. He started voting Scottish National. If minutes and days and weeks and months, Colin's uni years flew by. A certain Canadian came and went in a blink of the swiftest eye. No clues were left, no subtle hints to the love that lay ahead. Who would guess that before long, a bird would roost in Colin's bed? But I plain ran out of time. I could have stood and abused my chum till the year 2009. But time and tide wait for no man, so I've just got time to say, good luck, my friend, and your beautiful wife. The rest of your life starts today.
I'm giving all my dollars away, so I can't give you my dollar 2 seconds.